G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to do a quick sound check, please, before we kick this puppy off. If you can hear me, can you please communicate that that is what you can do? I'd appreciate it. And then we can get started. Just waiting on the sound check there. Make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. Okay, wonderful. Okay, well, let me take you through. Hello. Let me take you through exactly. Let me just blow this up nice and big for you. Let me take you through exactly what I'm seeing at the moment, right? Pretty important factors that I'm from the weekend. For a start, can you see them? I'm all pink, I'm sunburnt. Had a beautiful day here in Sydney. Just hanging out at the park with the kids. Managed to get a bit of red. A bit of red on the face, a couple of lobsters in the pot. It was a good weekend. I hope you had a killer weekend as well. But now I'm back. And because I took some time off, obviously last weekend I was in Brisbane running the course. Then I had a weekend before where I didn't have the course, and the weekend before that I was on the course. So it was really nice to just relax over the weekend. I feel very, very refreshed. And I just love the feeling coming back to the markets when you do feel refreshed. You just feel like new lease on life. So I'm pumped. And the good thing was that I didn't trade over the weekend. I hardly even looked at the charts over the weekend, and it's actually shown me some stuff. So I want to show you a couple of things here relating to Bitcoin, because that's our Mac Daddy and it's important. And then we're going to have a quick rip through the top 10 together. I won't take too much of your time. For a start, this is a higher low than this higher low. Sorry, this is a higher low than this low. This is a higher high than this lower high. So we have technically an uptrend. It's not a very good one. It's not one that I'm willing to invest very heavily in. It's not got that lovely cyclicity and that really strong move running through here. Up in Noosa, nice, mate. Nice spot to be. Wish I was still there. We haven't had this really nice runs with good cyclicity yet. But we might be in the position where we're about to start another one. I say might because I'm reading the charts. Not what I think, not what I feel. I'm just reading the charts. So let's see what happened last week. Obviously, we sold off quite hard at the beginning of the week. What we saw here on this particular candle was a 10% increase. Well, what am I talking about? Well, from the low to the high, we're just shy of 10%, which is a big turnaround. The day itself only closed up 2.58%, but the turnaround of that day was significant. We closed above 10,000. I mean, it was a very, very strong selling day, as was this. We had a bigger day here, but we bounced straight back. The next candle. Look, the low of that candle, 9777. It went below 10,000 again, closed above 10,000 again. And again, that was let's have a look at the size of that candle. 8% candle. Again, a big swing. Now we've seen things calm down a little bit more. But rejecting 10,000, closing above. Rejecting 10,000, closing above. Again, the low here, this is the Bitfinex chart. Rejecting 10,000, closing above. Again, you get the picture. Now, what does this look like as we go down lower? Let me take you there. I want to throw this up on the 4 hour. What we have is a higher low. And what we also have is a bit of resistance starting to come in. Now, I know there's a bit of a breakout there. It's the beginning of it. I want to see a third test before I'm even considering a Bitcoin breakout type trade. There's a lot more in that particular trade setup than just a resistance level, all right? But what I am looking at is these higher lows coming up. The constant rejection of 10,000 makes me believe at the moment, combined with these high lows, combined with those daily wicks that are continuing to bounce back and those big move days, that we might actually find a little bit of support here at 10,000. As we see this starting to set up as a resistance level, we may actually see a breakout here. And I'm still going to wait. There's still more that I've got to see. Good convergence here on the chart. Higher lows coming up into there. And Bitcoin is starting to look a little bit more saucy, a little bit more sexy. And if the weekly, look, the weekly's not showing me a great deal at all, but it did close above 10,000. Again, 10,332 on the Bitfinex chart here. So we are starting to see a little bit more strength around that 10,000 level. To be honest, it's a mess. The weekly's a mess. The 2 day, it ain't pretty either. The 1 day, it's not pretty either. But those rejections, it's telling me something. And this is what trading's about. It's about learning the language, learning about what it is that you're seeing, understanding and disseminating that information into ideas for potential trades that match up to a checklist-based trading system. And that's exactly what we do. So with my checklist, I'm just watching it right now. I'm sitting on it and I'm seeing if I get those checklist-based trading strategies to give me trading opportunities, because it makes me, it takes any guessing work out. It's pretty straightforward in that respect. I don't have to think. I just act upon what my checklist-based trading strategy does. So let's have a look at the rest of the top 10. Of course, Bitcoin, we just had a look at that. Ethereum. Look, we did see a bit of a pop on Ethereum yesterday, but the truth of the matter is it's back in the cradle zone. What do they say? All tides rise. Sorry, a rising tide raises all ships, or I don't know. You get the point. Bitcoin didn't have that rising market, but the rest of the alts did. What we're going to see as we go through this is yesterday's close on the daily. They were all up a lot more than Bitcoin. Nearly all of them anyway. Some pretty solid moves. I mean, yesterday 4.89% on Ethereum. It is still in a downtrend here, and on the 4-hour, look, I've got to be honest right now, it's not got exactly what I want to see. I want to see it pulling back into the cradle zone. I want to see it continuing on. I want to see a lot more than what I'm seeing at the moment, but it is looking a little bit more positive just because it had an update, but it's still quite bearish. EOS, same sort of kettle of fish here, guys. Downtrending, lower highs, lower lows. Back into the cradle, move. Back into the cradle, will we see a move? Time will tell. Again, it's a checklist-based trading strategy that I'm waiting to see the checklist meet. It's not there yet. There's nothing for me to trade yet, but I am keeping a close eye on that. The 4-hour, once again, not a big deal to me right now. And yesterday, like I say, up 3.82%. Excuse me, better than Bitcoin. Stellar. Look, it's the ugly duckling. Look at how ugly this is. When I say ugly, I'm not talking about the project. I'm not talking about anything to do with anything other than the actual chart. And this is what I teach about when I talk about optimal chart structure and cyclicity. Look how wicky this is. This is not a good chart for me. This is not a good tradable chart for me at this stage, especially with these big spikes down. That's where you get slippage. That's where you get stopped out at way worse levels. Adversely, you can get your targets hit. But I just don't like these big spiking charts. And if I show it to you on the 4-hour, it's really not telling me a great deal at the moment. One that I stayed away from for quite a while. XRP. Well, here's the interesting thing on XRP. Check this out. This support I've been talking about, or had been talking about for quite a long time, 28.5. We smashed down through it. We've come back into it. We do have a downtrend. And can we pop through this resistance now? Old support becoming new resistance? Well, time will tell. There's no trading opportunity there for me just yet. Again, I've just not met the checklist-based system. It's really that simple. If I get the checklist-based trade, I take it. The essential and bonus factors line up, I take it. It's not rocket science. It's right in that spot. I'm keeping a close eye on it today, but it'll probably be these 12 and 16-hour time frames that I'm going to spend most of my time coming back again tonight at probably 10 p.m. is when that 12 hours is going to close. I'll suss it out then. Onto Litecoin now. Of course, that $74 mark, or roughly around that region, it has played out still. If we go back, resistance, support through here. I know it's broken it before. I do get that, and I was looking this morning with members to see, is this the level now? And no, I'm not going to say that is. It's not precise enough for me. This 74 level, or 78, around 74, I should say, has been pretty good for a while. And look, as much as we do have a nice downtrend here on the higher time frames, the problem that I've got is that there is a bit of support right there and a little bit above there, which I was speaking to a little bit before. So yes, great little cradle there, but no, I'm not looking to trade that. Going to keep an eye on it, see what happens throughout the day. Maybe I'll get a breakout. Nope, doesn't look likely. Let's keep going. A question. Hey, Craig, Mitch from Glasgow, just at the airport from London, now heading back to Australia. I don't envy you. It depends on whereabouts you're sitting on the plane, Mitch, but I've done that flight many times before. And mind you, with 2 kids now, I'd probably really enjoy that flight simply because 24 hours of watching movies seems like a pretty damn good idea at the moment. On about Bitcoin Cash, obviously very ugly. Check this chart out. This is not optimal chart structure. This is not a market that is conducive to consistency in my trading view and in my checklist-based trading systems. It's really not very good at all. Check it out. It's just all over the shop. Nothing more to really say. I'm not going to talk about a chart just for the sake of it. Binance. Been hanging in that consolidation for a while. Now we're either going to break up or we're going to break down. Of course. No shit, Craig. But look, right now, there's nothing of interest there really for me. Couple of tests there. Again, I'm not looking to trade a chart that's this all over the shop. I want nice, clean, trending charts. I want cyclicity. I just don't got it. Tron, what a beautiful test back into here that was. Look at that. Bang, down she goes. Kiss of death. Now it's pulling back a little bit. What is that level? Well, it was an old level of support, acted as resistance, and you can see the method to the madness. Yeah, I've checked out the Horizon State News. I've got a little bit of information from that. I'm not going to say anything. I don't think it's my place to do so. I'm sure they'll come out with more information about that. Pretty sad though. So Tron daily downtrend looking super duper. Pedro, Brazil. Hope Gabriel Medina and Felipe Toledo don't win the WSL this year, my friend. I'm sorry to say that. It's just facts. Actually, Felipe, I don't mind Felipe getting in there, getting his first. That'd be good. I would like to see someone break Gabriel Medina's most recent run, though. Anywho, back to the charts. Look, watching this on the 12-hour, we do have some convergence. Let me just check for any Fibonacci points here. Let's see if we get a confluence at all. No. Okay, I'll get rid of both of those. Look, Tron, it's been trending down quite nicely. I just don't see anything here right now. It's not a bad trend, don't get me wrong. It does get a little bit funky sometimes because it's in my view, too connected to Justin Sun. I don't like the way that personalities run, I suppose, trends a lot on many of these projects. But that being said, I'm happy to trade it. Just haven't got anything just yet. And finally here, Cardano. Back into the cradle, move back into the cradle here, as you can see. Let's have a quick little squizzy moo-hoo here. It's divergent on the 12, it's divergent on the 16, it's divergent on the daily, it's a thumbs down. Now for those of you who want to look at BSV, that's absolutely fine. Yes, I do need to update my list, I know, and I will at some point. We've got a downtrend. I haven't had any trades, to be honest with you guys, on Bitcoin SV. Not because I have an opinion about the project, couldn't care less, but because of this. See how it's erratic? Very, very all over the shop. I've never liked this. This just spells disaster if you get slippage, bad slippage with a margin position. So I just avoided it. That being said, I was watching this level very closely last week for a break and a retest. Now, I didn't get exactly what I want. Again, I'm just trading from a checklist. It's simple checklist-based trading strategy. I just didn't get all the ticks that I needed to take a trade there. But you can see that old support acting as a bit of resistance right now. Let's have a look at it on the other side. Yeah, we could break up through there. Would I take a trade on the way up? Well, it's got to pull back. It's got to sit up a little bit more. I haven't got all the essential factors there yet, but I'd be willing to keep an eye on that. You know what I can do? I can do this. Add to watch list, and now it's there, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. So yeah, just my biggest attention grabber at the moment across the top 10 is definitely Bitcoin as we build up into this level of resistance with these higher lows, of course, rejecting 10,000 on several occasions last week. Rejection, close above, close above, close above, close above. It is starting to look a little bit more bullish there. Things can change in an instant. When I say a little bit more bullish, I'm talking about trend. I'm not talking about we're going to all-time highs. I'm talking about reading the trend, okay? I'm not suggesting we're going to continue to move higher. I'm looking at the trend. I'm following a checklist system to give me the opportunity to get entries. Technical analysis is not hocus pocus. Technical analysis is not a silver bullet. It is an ability for you, if you know what to do, to get entries and exit points with your stop losses and your targets. That's what I use it for. That's why I wanted to take you through it. And okay, question. Hi, mate, how do you see the MACD on Tron on the 12-hour? Let me tell you. Let me just give you that right now. I see it as convergent. Most recent low here to the last low, we're convergent here, okay? We're definitely convergent. Looking fine indeed, Adam. G'day, Jack. Good to speak, mate. So, yeah, that's my run through the top 10, guys. To find out when we go live more often, subscribe to YouTube, get me on Twitter at TraderCobb, and also like and follow me on Craig Cobb on this Facebook account, Craig Cobb. That way when I do go live, you know what's going on, and I don't always go live across all the groups. Often it's just with the people that like and follow Craig Cobb and TraderCobb. That's where we go live sometimes just spontaneously when I see something coming up. So if you are in a different group and you don't follow me yet, then please do get across and follow, because you will get access to additional content that we put out, and we do it often. Have a cracking day, guys. Bye for now. Be safe, manage your risk. Take it easy. You.